Previously on Radio FLoMM.
The man who's driving the car, yet you didn't identify him. You got a reason?
I just don't like you.
You get out of my town, because you go out on one more job, and I'm gonna nail it.
Did you ever get caught on one of your jobs?
Hasn't happened yet. You might be getting too big.
Two men, driven by their need to prove they were the best.
How are you gonna get downstairs?
I really like chasing you.
Sounds like you got a problem. I'm much better at this game than you are.
You win, you make some money. I win. You're gonna do 15 years.
You don't care about the money.
Might even send it to him.
Who was best was all that mattered.
Bottom of the ninth, and we've got the winning run on first. You've been set up, you know.
Three loners playing a ruthless game none of them could afford to lose.
Very good at what I do.
5 minutes past 12 midnight.
The Russian factory worker has been described as the new symbol of a highly industrialized and aggressive world power.
The man without a country.
From Sacramento, the heart of California, and around the world, genuine modern radio. Radio FLoMM.
I paced the seas and oceans, hit the ground and rocks. I cried lonely in the caves, in an orphan in a stone, drunk from dirty hands, hoping to be full. I spent myself.
Hi, my name is Tatiana CHERNIAVSKA. I'm a painter from Ukraine. I have loved art from a very early age. As a kid, my favorite hobby was to grab a pencil and start drawing. Even my mom tells me this story often that when I was little, whenever I felt that I want to paint, I just said, "Oh, my head is paining, so I'm going to draw." And then I would start drawing in my sketchbook. I found that book a few months ago and was amazed at how creative and strange a child's head can be. I was like, oh my god, the child must have a lot of going on in her head. Art has literally been everything for me since then. I started studying at an art school in Kremenchuk in Ukraine. And as my interest and skill developed, I went to study at Art Ceramic College for 4 years. This was followed by higher studies at University Marii Curie Skłodowskiej in Poland, where I specialized in computer graphics. I just finished my master's this year, so that feels great. Between 2013 and 2017, I participated in 4 joint exhibitions with students in Poland, Lithuania, and Czech Republic. I also studied in Lithuania for a year as an exchange student where I had exhibitions with other students and put 2 projects of portraits on display. Actually, portraits have also been my go-to form of art. People are my biggest inspiration. I feel like there are so many sides to one person, but the one we see is the one they portray to the world. I try to see what they don't show to the world. I try to dive deep into their eyes or get a feel of their skin and understand their energy. Through my art and intuitive painting, I try to show the feelings they are deep hiding inside them. Appearance doesn't matter to me much. It is never the center of my artworks. I become one with my subject and try to portray my perspective of their inner self. So the viewer can experience witnessing 2 personalities in one picture, the artists and the subjects. Займаюся живописом. На даний час працюю над проєктом серії абстрактних портретів.
You know the nice thing about FLoMM is that I don't have to be vegan to listen to it.
Cats in the Cradle was on the radio as I drove to the coffee shop. The common takeaway is that his son grew up just like him, but my interpretation isn't that his son was too busy to spend time with his elderly father. His dad was a piece of shit who never made time for him or made him a priority, and you reap what you sow. He told his dad off in that phone call, and what's worse is that his dad still lacks any self-awareness. So instead of reflecting on his past behavior, he wistfully decides his son became just like his old man.
About 60% of California's people live and work in Southern California, a region whose fantastic growth still continues to amaze the population experts.
A sleepy hippie interview.
Hi everyone, this is Julia Allegretti, and I'm here to interview Brennan Perry about his alternative art space, the Public Pool Gallery.
Sort of complicated. I started curating in school. My collaborative partner, his name is Anna Tregurtha, she and I became really good friends, and she was studying kind of new media and digital art, and I was in painting, so we liked to kind of collaborate, share things, and we realized that we could start applying for curatorial grants. So we got lucky, we got a couple grants in school, we curated a few shows. Anna ran an alternative space in this alleyway next to her house for about 6 months, and I was her intern on that. I've just known a lot of artists who run spaces, saying okay, we're having a show in my garage or in my guest room, and not all those galleries last beyond even one show, but it's still always really fun. And I don't know, LA is so spread out, I thought that I wanted the opportunity to do something similar. I think in a larger city like LA, where there's an emerging mainstream gallery space revolution, I think there should also be simultaneously alternative spaces opening in the wake of that. I definitely was really inspired after I left school. I read Ben Davis's 9.5 thesis on art in class, and I really was thinking a lot about art as a class signifier and how it reacts to different social status, and kind of thinking about LA's frequent issues with gentrification and galleries, Boyle Heights being probably the most active example. So thinking about alternative spaces as a way to work against displacement and also invite people to the Valley, like not the most recognized like artistic space in Los Angeles.
So how do the topics of public pool shows differ from traditional galleries?
I really only have one rule, which is just that at least one thing in the show needs to be in the water. Beyond that, the backyard is like open to any artist who wants to show. So they and I will work really closely to kind of figure out what fits best for the space. Most of these shows only go up in a day. They stay up for a day and then they go away. So I want to offer as much room to like play around and try out ideas rather than like have a really strict kind of like there's X number of pieces in the show. They're arranged thusly. This is the one room in the side for the one like token video. And there's like a curtain that separates that room from everything else, so you could still hear all the sound that bleeds into the rest of the gallery. Also, like, I've been expecting less like division between audience and art in terms of like, really surprised no one has jumped in the pool yet. I keep expecting that to happen. No one does. Only recently did I have a show where like the artist explicitly said it is also a pool party, so please get in the pool with the work. But I would like my artists to keep challenging the audience themselves with how they interact with the art that's shown in a space that's supposed to like be for leisure and for play, unlike the gallery, which is supposedly for leisure, but it's a lot more for like quiet understanding of hierarchical structures and profit.
So it sounds like a lot of the work is built specifically in conjunction with the pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of my people who have shown have worked really hard to kind of, if they have existing work they want to show, they find the best way to like integrate it with the water, or they want to start all like from scratch, which I really appreciate that people aren't just sending me a painting and kind of telling me like, okay, figure out like how to put this in the water. A long tradition with pools and like David Hockney and painting pools and all this stuff. So people like the novelty, and they also like the opportunity to make something for a space that they would not normally have to consider, both like the water and also all the connotations that go along with the pool. I think there's a lot of connection to the Valley in regards to that, in terms of like the Valley's long-standing history as like suburbs, and also like further into the Valley like industrial zones. The Valley has like a long tradition, as well suburbs, of like white flight, the ability to like create homes where there was no space to previously, the ability to get out of the city, to have a car, to live and work in the city. It's also a space now that, unlike a lot of other suburban areas in the country, the Valley, I feel like, is often more and more recognized as just like another chunk of LA, separate from like the cityscape, but still part of the overall community. Surprisingly, it offers more affordable housing than people like always expect. Artists don't necessarily consider it. There's the commute aspect. But I think I wanted to tap into like the Valley's already existing structure as like there's no like displacement occurring here in Encino. If I open up a pool in my backyard, I can invite people to like come in and engage with that space and maybe think about the Valley in ways they haven't, in terms of like the potential for additional art spaces that they hadn't thought of, or like art spaces on the other side of the hill, separate from the city. Separate from more urban communities. I definitely have to shout out a couple other gallery spaces that are like opening right now in the Valley. Natural Space in Van Nuys is really great. Middle Part also in Northridge. Again, those are people who like found a space in an office building, like near a truck depot, or just in their backyard they have a shed in Middle Part. So I think there's slowly starting to be like a community of like alternative spaces opening, recognizing the amount of space that's out in the Valley.
Mm-hmm. And when you find artists to do shows, are they usually from the Valley?
No, I have found so few artists who are actually from the Valley, unfortunately. It started off being that a lot of the shows were from artists from the Southeast, where I went to school. I would just ask people that I knew. I'm getting luckier in that like people are now applying to show, which makes me happy because number one, there's someone to help me install instead of doing it all myself based on instructions. And then number two, I feel like it allows more people from LA to come because they already have like a base of people they know here, so they're inviting them. I would love more Valley artists to show.
Has anyone had work in the jacuzzi yet?
Yes, there's been video in the jacuzzi. I really want someone to do like a performance in the jacuzzi, but it hasn't happened yet. Like a poetry reading or something in the jacuzzi. But yeah, those are the main times. I mean, we always drop stuff in the pool almost every time, so I've always had to like go rescue something. We had ceramics recently where we kept dropping vases into the pool and had to rescue those a bunch of times.
Now, since starting the gallery in October, you've had about 8 shows. What's been memorable?
For me, like the most surprising and memorable thing has been that people are like come, and that I will like meet people who are aware of it existing. Also, every time everything works has been memorable. Just because I never expect any aspect of anything to work generally. And like rarely give myself as much time as I should. So when I have like 2 or 3 projectors operating at all at the same time and they all are working like fine and like the audio is also working, that like feeling of relief is extremely memorable.
You were saying that originally the idea for the pool gallery was to have it as a digital gallery. How was the public pool actually conceived?
Like I felt like I can't really afford to like go rent a studio at this time, and I don't have a studio in my living situation, so I was feeling just like generally bummed about like where I was supposed to be making things. It literally just hit me one day when I looked outside and thought like, oh yeah, I have a like 20 by 40 foot pool in the backyard. I wonder if people would like this. It kind of honestly came out of nowhere. I was like also going to a fair amount of openings or like researching about like openings in LA and deciding which spaces I like really didn't like and did like. And it just sort of occurred to me that I was getting really tired of driving like across the hill like 30 or 40 minutes to openings, and maybe people should come to the Valley. Maybe there can be like artistic communities here.
I would say part of why this is so ambitious is because you're so young. How has that influenced, I don't know, your way of thinking?
God, it doesn't feel like it, because it's really hard not to compare yourself to other people that are like as old as you or younger than you and go like, oh shit, that person had like a show at like PS1. They were just like in a performance over there. So it's something that I have to like remind myself of, that I'm doing something, which not everybody is even able to do. Not everybody has like the space to create an opportunity for other people. Not everybody has the like time to reach out to artists, to meet people, to go to openings, to like have little business cards printed and network. This itself is a pretty young like space, and there's still more that I can do. There's still a lot of time to like develop ideas here, to create like new curatorial projects. Oh, I should allow myself a day to like eat McDonald's a lot and like not do anything and not be worried.
This is really a space by young artists for young artists, to feel what it's like to have yourself in a gallery, in your projects. It's so much different having a show in a gallery or in an alternative space than it is to have your work at your studio or your home.
Yeah, I really agree. I have some potential leads on established artists, but I think that those people are both great to work with in terms of like advice they can offer you, but also a good means to an end for like spreading word about the space and being like, you can show. Like if you're a younger artist, you haven't had a show before, if you're willing to like work through this with me, you can still definitely show here. I will like provide you the space and the platform. I'll buy snacks for the opening. I'll like take pictures of everything. You can use those, that kind of thing. Beyond just like being the director of a space, I want them to know that like we can communicate to make the best show possible from like the standpoint of like it'll look good for them, it'll look good for like me and the space. If everyone works in tandem, then like I feel like that leads to the best possible outcome.
And this has been Brennan Perry, director of the Public Pool Gallery.
The fine art of Radio FLoMM.
Here's the first pitch. It's a fair ball hit medium speed to short. Reese, Hodges, and one out. One away. Well, the one shot down the with 3:23 getting in.
So the band, I'm half the band, and the other half is my friend who lives in Italy. So I used to live there. We meet up like every year and record stuff. So like we put this album Vacation out about 2 years ago in 2016, and I made a zine for it. And then I have another EP, another album that came out this August. We're like a pop indie band, I guess. I don't know.
What track are we going to play now on the podcast?
I would play the song Gemini. It's from our new album Sleep that came out in August.
This has been Baseball Greg, who can be found online at the Bandcamp. And this is Radio FLoMM. Up Up next we have JIANO and Hundreds featuring AMIR.
Run me 10,000, you know what I'm about, like Mike in the bow. I'm going insane, but I can't complain for the fact that I actually have a brain and my talent can be contained. And another version of me can be portrayed. Tripping, then I'm dipping on you like a ball play. Too many reasons why she called it slate. Ooh, always in a different state, yeah. I mean, first of all, go talk to Wall, cause you ain't nothing at all. What's with all these women trying to involve the law? Give it all you got, cause it's your last straw. Oh, how the tables have turned. Y'all was talking years ago, now you're showing concern. Go out with a stable return. Recognize the flow like the loud I burn. Like the loud I burn. Rappers rushing out like the clothes I wear. Official like court has been adjourned. Work too hard to get nothing to earn. Keep it 100 like I have to confirm. Had to execute right after I learn. Abstract pattern so stern. Fired at me, yeah, you wish you were. Yeah, young with no debt, earn my respect. Stacking up checks, ain't trying to flex. Brand new hundreds, this shit wasn't fronted. Run me a vest just to protect the ice on my neck. I hop in the legs. Brand new hundreds. This shit wasn't fronted.
Got so much ice on my chest, ooh. Had to invest in the flex, ooh. She said that I am too direct, ooh. I said I don't mean disrespect, ooh. Peep the wrist and the picket rank too. Come my niggas, all you need to do is bring you and a couple of your bitches too. So my niggas come with 2 chains and to say true. Yeah, I got the new coupe with the new boo up in Nobu on the ocean up in Malibu. Took your bitch, now you pissed. I ain't mad at you. Shoulda snitched like a rat with a clip, go right at you, go right to the top. Yeah, I'm going black on the fucking track. Yeah, behind my back a rap sack, but sack get the bag. Yeah, not even trying to brag. Yeah, you niggas let you lag. Yeah, Arsenal packing a couple mags. Yeah, me and JC's on the trend. Me and JC's on the trend.
Young with no debt, earn my respect. Stacking up checks, ain't trying to flex. Brand new hundreds, this shit wasn't fronted. Run me a vest just to protect the ice on my neck. I hop in the legs. Brand new hundreds, this shit wasn't fronted. Like the loud I burn, rappers rushing out like the clothes I wear. Like the loud I burn, rappers rushing out like the clothes I wear. Like the loud I burn, rappers rushing out like the clothes I wear. Like the loud I burn, rappers rushing out like the clothes I wear.
That's me, Jane Hall, when I had a bad habit. Then I read this wonderful news.
Yes, Mrs. Hall, 83% of the cases tested did it. So can you. Stop taking whatever you now take. Instead, every night, for 1 week, take 2 Carter's Little Liver Pills.
I took Carter's, and I feel so good now, it's like walking on air.
Genuine modern radio. Radio FLoMM.
Ephraim gave Axis a hand laying on her left shoulder. The real wife of AEYLYEAELLE came then wondering, "You have me poetry of Wood Wonder Hey. You found a small booklet, you put it in my left hand, you offered it. I said, what is this? You said, if you please. It was all in stone, it was a fable in stone, and you all this time never knew. The gate where you stood and hesitated to rush back to me, as you doubted at the gate and you rushed alas, thinking love or materialism was possible, and you said these pages were stuck on it with candle wax I stole from a church. And after the orchards grew in the meadows of the plains of the artist, over all the surface below how and in how is both weakly related, you had 1 week and you gave me a ring with the very nails of Christ and the gold dug from a steampunk machine, the noblest of machines. Hethred has billions made of those to bring her flowers or to trot around with flowers from one destination of love to another love. The mail system of Hethred is the angels now in hell wrote their letters on flowers so meticulous. When you are immortal, you can see a crystal grow. You can have it as a flower. And after that 1 week, you gave me that chest, the word in aetherith for larger seeds the squirrels gather with the nails of Christ in it, and the flowers in that little cup. and you took the lid off and some flowers spilled out, and you showed it, and you said, I will build you a palace if you give me 1 grain of rice, she said. Maybe it was written in stone. I said yes, and you never believed it. And AEYLYEAELLE, who never had seen love, suddenly shuddered as she showed him a vision of their adventure in stone, an entire world painted and the gate painted and paintings, and thus a landscape of complete eminence. And he showed it to Hethred. Hethred sighed, such a story would never be just stone. I will have it remade in marble. I'll have a few for my angels. They will love to see this.
The Sentinels have guarded this place for thousands of years.
What is it they're guarding?
They're guarding the entrance to RADíO FLoMM.
Art should confess the comfort and revolutionize the child that steals less is more.
You're listening to, well, a lot of things. Probably traffic outside your car, the ambient noise in your house, children screaming, but none of that matters. The most important thing is you're listening to RADíO FLoMM.
And now, a bad English translation of Tolstoy. Since Darya Alexandrovna is not scattered by the peasants, she left her. Their interview is interesting. I really liked what he saw. Of course, the woman praised more and something for her. Many children, and these children, even the pals, have laughed at Darya Alexandrovna, a UK committee in the UK. You do not understand the point of laughter. Young. I kept looking at the British lady. Stay and leave a third place I cannot stand. Comments. I continue with him and her, he said, and they all have the noise that they left.
From the pioneering wilderness of the far north, or from a great city like their capital, Moscow, where the ancient buildings of an ancient civilization stand beside the modern structures of a modern civilization.
This is Yenny Soto, and here are some little-known facts about avant-garde artist, designer, and teacher Elle Lissitzky was one of the founders of the constructivist movement in Russia. His pro-un paintings were explorations into abstract geometric techniques that would form the basis for just about all his design work. His first pro-un room was in 1923, where art and exhibition space became one. LISSITZKY showed up in Berlin in 1921 and met German expressionist artists through George Gross, whose vile depictions of political and social elites savage society in ways today's political cartoonists can only dream of. In 1922, LISSITZKY designed Vesht, the object, an art magazine that ideas throughout Europe. Contributors included Charlie Chaplin, Theo von Derzenberg, Ferdinand Ledger, Rodchenko, Tatlin, Mayakovsky, Cervini, and a whole slew of Dadaists. LISSITZKY was heavily influenced by the work of Distilge and Neoclassicism. LISSITZKY gave lectures, and his approach to space and form were years ahead of other artists at the time. LISSITZKY once introduced Winsor McCay to a series of abstract paintings, and McCay decided to make animated films out of them. LISSITZKY owned a small dinosaur named Gertie that McCay loved to play with in the backyard. As a teacher, in 1920, he helped found a group of young artists called the Babushka Barkers, who not only designed their version of the futurist opera Victory Over the Sun, but aggressively sold poppy seed cookies to the neighbors and foes alike. Most people didn't realize Russia had dinosaurs as pets, as this fact is usually left out of the history books. Gertie was always by LISSITZKY's side and loved when imports of maple syrup were available so he could pour it all over his cheese snacks. LISSITZKY used to leave snowmen on the lawns of his friends' homes as gifts. They never knew where the snowmen were from, except for noticing that the carrot was more of an orange triangle and the eyes were held in place with wires 6 inches in front of the snowman's face. When asked if it was Maybelline, LISSITZKY would take a puff of his pipe and respond, "Maybe." In Paris, LISSITZKY used to only eat Yoplait at night. After Cocteau, he would go to sleep. If Cocteau wouldn't go to sleep, he'd hit him over the head with a large Soviet hammer. It was all in fun. Revolting against capitalism was something LISSITZKY would do in the morning, but not in the evening, because he liked to spend his nights reading on the Saturday Evening Post. LISSITZKY loved pizza but would leave the cheese off so the triangles could be red. At one point, he came up with the idea of horizontal skyscrapers, but had a hard time explaining to other Soviets why the skies would now have to scrape themselves. LISSITZKY was put in charge of the All-Soviet Agriculture Exhibition, where he ended up eating far too many potatoes. His final piece was produced during World War II. It was a photo montage declaring, "Give us more tanks," and was copy-edited by a Soviet bureaucrat named Boris. What many didn't realize, it was supposed to be a giant appreciation card that should have read, "Giving a lot of thanks." With his health in steady decline, LISSITZKY was still very much in demand, even though Stalin had taken away artists' freedom, because he couldn't really see things in all the avant-garde squares anywhere. Late in his life, he found himself wondering what the large Joseph Stalin tattoo on his thigh was really a grand idea he originally thought it was.
Look over here, cough. Hello, this is Kid OK, and I'm bringing you a segment we like to call What the Flom is Happening, otherwise known as the Weekly Calendar. You know, some things for you to Google in that free time that we all know you have enough of. Let's get right into it. Thursday, October 25th, audio news, The Golden Souls and Brian Moretti, 6:30 to 9 p.m. at the Croker Art Museum, 216 O Street, Sacramento, California. Also, the Darling Clementine's Variety Show, Halloween Masquerade, 8 p.m. at Holy Diver, Sacramento, on the go for you. Moving on to Friday, October 26th, 21st Annual Sacramento Arts Festival, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. This is an all-day one, kids. Bring that water. Hydrate or dihydrate. 1400 J Street, Sacramento, California. The Golden State, California. Dia de los Muertos Movie Night, Pixar's Coco at Casa de Espinal, 1101 R Street, Sacramento, California. this is a recording. Oh, hey, any Black Flag fans in the house? Because Henry Rollins is going to be on 7:30 p.m. at the Crest, Sacramento. Be there or don't. What else is? Oh, yeah, Preston Castle Haunt. Info at PrestonCastleHaunt.com, Ione, California. Saturday, October 27th, the Zombie Walk and Halloween Fair at the World of Wonders Science Museum, 5 p.m., Sacramento. Now you know. Also is La Luz and Shy Boys with Hanak at the Blue Lamp, Sacramento. You saw that one coming, Sacramento. You're catching on real quick here. I like that about you. Annual costume party and Cure tribute at Clue Seance, 9:30 p.m., Sacramento. You saw that one coming a mile away. Rocky Horror Halloween Edition at the Colonial Theater, 3522 Stockton Boulevard. Say it with me, kids. Sacramento! Sunday, October 28th, Synthphonic Open Producers Showcase at SOL Collective. Very specific start time here, kids. 8:08 p.m. If you show up at 8:10, you will cry real tears. 8:08 p.m. start time, 2574 21st Street, Sacramento. Monday, October 29th, Empire Arts Rocky Horror Block Party. This is what we've been waiting for. 8 p.m. Monday night at the Federalist Public House and Beer Garden, Sacramento. Look around, there's a lot of Rocky Horror to be had. Bring your best Frankenfurter, bring your riffraff. Go ahead and have a good time. Tell them I said it was okay. Moving on to Thursday, November 1st. Blitzed. DJ Lady Gray and DJ Dada at the Press Club starts at 9 p.m. and goes till the cows come home. 2030 P Street, Sacramento. Saturday, November 3rd. Celebrate the souls of the city. Dia de los Muertos, 4 to 9 p.m. in Old Sacramento, presented by SOL Collective and Sacramento History Museum and Alliance. On Thursday, November 8th, lastly, is a film screening of Life is Fair, a discussion introduced by Eritrean American filmmaker Sephora Waldo, 6:30 p.m. at Museum of the African Diaspora, 685 Mission and 3rd, San Francisco, California. Thank you. This has been Kid OK, and remember, wherever you go, see ya. And remember, these announcements can be edited by you. If you have an event we haven't mentioned, like you forgot to mention the Dungeons and Dragons tournament, you can tell us about it and we'll put it in the next report. Visit our website at FLOMM, that's FLOMM.US/contact, and we'll make your news our news. And if you're also going to try to invite me out to a nice seafood dinner, don't. I have plans.
Radio FLOMM.
Stay tuned, because up next is Boarg.
Dang it.
It's the happy, happy sound of Radio
Nobody cares what you paid for. Nobody cares what you built, or how many charities you gave to try and escape your guilt. Nobody wants to watch the game or listen to your stories. You are a dick all the time. Stop being a dick. Nobody cares why you drink when you do it every day, or why you yell at the neighbors, or say most of the things you say. Nobody wants to hear you give you a shoulder to cry when you are a dick all the time. Stop being a dick. Stop being a dick. You don't seem to get it. Stop being a dick. Nobody cares if you're hurting. Nobody cares if you die. Nobody thinks that you're funny, and nobody thinks you should try. Nobody cares what passages you can quote from the Bible when you are a dick all the time. You are a dick all the time.
From Sacramento, the heart of California, and around the world, this has been Radio FLoMM, recorded live before a studio. Contributors this week in order were
Lady FRIGHT, DARIUS FORREST, TATIANA CHERNIAVSKA, Chad AUDREY, Emily DUCHAINE, Julia ALLEGRETTI, aka the Sleepy Hippie, Brennan Perry, Steve MEHALLO, Baseball GREGG, GIANO, AMIR, Milk Surface, Stacy Chenake, Yanni Soto, Kiddo K, Borg von Modena.
Also featured were
announcers Jason SPYRES, Cliff Allen, and Audrey Daggett. Additional music provided by Diego Valle and LTHM Music, which can be found on the web at diegovallemusic.com and LTHMmusic.com.
Plus, special thanks go out to
Thomas Fritchie, Don Reed.
Radio FLoMM is produced by
Steve MEHALLO, Devin PARKS-CLOUTIER, and Milk Surface as himself.
Theme music by Chelsea Davis. Sound design and engineering by Steve MEHALLO. Radio FLoMM is licensed under a Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 international license. However, recordings of contributors or guests of Radio FLoMM are still protected under international copyright law. Radio FLoMM contains features for review, opinion, critique, and/or artistic transformation, and may contain adult content and nudity. Want to be featured on Radio FLoMM? Drop us a note at www.flom.us/contact. FLoMM is a modern art game app, art history resource, faux historical art movement that uses new media to generate interest in art history and education. FLoMM is an online connection, art, history, music, and beyond through Tumblr, Instagram, and other social medias. We are all FLoMMists. You can be too, with donations graciously accepted at patreon.com/FlomUs. We are at FlomUs on most social medias. FLoMM is sometimes explained, but usually not. This is Cliff Allen saying thank you for listening, and if you've enjoyed this podcast, do something about it.
Эти факты про Лисицкого — это чушь какая-то. Надо будет залезть в Google проверить.